I'd like to call the East China Township Board meeting for November 17th, 2025 to order. Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call, Clerk Smith here, Treasurer Horn.
Here.
Trustee Babel.
Here.
Trustee Bebuk.
Here.
Trustee Klein.
Here.
Trustee Richley.
Here.
Supervisor Westrick.
Here.
Pledge of Allegiance, please.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, agenda. I do have the one ad. I did email everyone, I think this morning. We just want to insert a closed session for quick comments. We've got some information back, okay? We'll do that after the water and sewer rates. Between OB1 and OB2, we'll just have a quick closed session, okay?
Is there a reason this wasn't brought to us before?
I just got the information this morning from Union and the attorney.
I don't think it's a good practice to put a closed session.
During negotiations, it is, because you get information last minute, and I don't want to wait 2 more weeks to disclose stuff. We're trying to get it settled, and we are in the second meeting in November, and these contracts start January 1st. So we're gonna have a closed meeting for that to try to see if we can get close.
All right, I'll just note my objection to it, but that's
And
it.
your objection is why?
Because we added it at the last minute. I would rather us have it on the agenda.
You don't have
prior.
any information given to you prior to this. This is all closed sessions and information you don't get until that meeting, until that
Right.
closed session.
But we should have had this on the agenda prior to.
I just got the information today, and I think it's important that the board knows it, so be it.
Fair enough.
So with that change, I make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Minutes, we got the 2025, November 3rd, November 10th, and closed meeting minutes. You do them all together, is that okay?
That would be fine.
Yeah. Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
That'd be October 20th, November 3rd, November 10th, and the closed session meeting minutes from
So
November
moved.
10th.
Is there support?
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Public hearing, Special Assessment District. Sandy? This is for the roll, is that correct?
Yes. It's for the canal treatments between M29 and St. Clair River. The assessor has created the roll, so we do have front footage figures for each residence. Our assessor is here to answer additional questions or any questions you have about that. We do have a roll that's prepared that has the whole entire group inside here. That's also available in the township office. Okay, so we have open public comment.
Then we need to open the public hearing. So is there a motion for that?
It's so moved.
For support?
Support.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, public hearing is open for the Special Assessment District. Have anything new, comments, questions, or unclear? Please step to the podium with your name and make your statement.
This is my first meeting. I live on Orchard Drive on the canal. Where do I get information about this?
We have it here during business hours right at the front desk.
So I'm just wondering what it is that if you could just clarify the
Okay.
point of the hearing and the special
Certainly.
assessment, that'd be awesome.
Certainly. Okay, so the board has received a petition from all the residents. 71% of the residents signed the petition to, enter into an agreement. The township enters into agreement with the pond guy for the treatment of the canals. We divide up by front footage of the homeowners on the canals, and then the total cost over the 5-year period, it's a 5-year contract, is divided up by the year. So it's actually 96 cents per front foot of canal frontage
Per year.
per year. So over the 5-year period, it would come to $4.82 cumulative. And then $65,000 over the 5-year period is the cost of the contract. So this will be added to the winter tax bill for residents that live on the canals with frontage.
So in the past, the pond guys have mitigated plants, they've kind of come through and sprayed for plants. Does this address the fact that there's no water in the canal for now?
Well, when they come and treat, it's usually June, July. There's normally vegetation in there.
Yeah, so the current issue is that even though the river level is high, there's some kind of a blockage preventing water from coming in the canal on our street, and I'm just wanting to know if this assessment would cover it, because the pond guys come in and they deal with aquatic plants that are in there, which normally during the summer need to be dealt with because there's water, but there's currently no water in there, it's just mud, so there would be no aquatic plants to treat even. It seemed, when I first moved in 2020, when I bought the home, it was explained to me that there had been previously an assessment similar to this, where homeowners and residents had paid a fee to have it just kind of dredged out so it would have water in it. They said that there was a period of time when it had been dry, and I couldn't believe it because we had 3-4 feet of water back there. And now here I am 5 years later and it's dry. It's just mud. So we have kayaks, we have, we'd like to be able to use the canal, and I don't know that this particular assessment to deal with poisoning weeds would address the fact that there's no water in there.
Well, I know at the end of the, of Orchard Road, it dead ends to the road. This year in particular, we visited that area because it seemed to be overgrown. I think it dried
Yeah.
up in that part. So they actually did come out and treat that to kill the weeds because
that's good.
I
They
think
do
the
treat those areas?
Phragmites were kind of taken over at the end, that corner. So they did come out and treat. So whatever is in that area, if they can't get it with the canal or with the canoe or a boat, they are supposed to address it.
So I would encourage any trustees to come out and just take a look, because you'll see that our backyards are overlooking mud with maybe 5 inches of water in them in a couple places, but that used to be, very recently, was full enough to kayak in, and now it's
Sure.
just mud. And my understanding is that unless the blockage is removed, unless literally some dredging occurs to remove the blockage to let the water flow back in, that no amount of mitigation of weeds by the pond guys is going to repair that.
The water level in general in the river is down close to 5 feet. That's part of the issue. That would come back up, obviously, if the water levels come up. I just noticed that at the dock too. The water is really, really low.
Yeah.
We've had a couple dry years. Plus, I don't care when anybody says they play games up the locks, I think.
Yeah.
But they adjust that water level for their own use, but
Right.
I don't know why they would want it to go so low, but they do. And maybe it is the rain and evaporation in the winter when the lake doesn't freeze. A lot of contributing factors, but the water is down. There might be some blockage from allowing it, but if the water level was what it was 5 years ago, your water would be.
Well, it would flow over the blockage,
Right.
but I'm just, as a homeowner,
Right.
I would just see if, maybe there's a way to have someone come out, not the pond guys, but someone independent, and just professionally assess, why is there no water in our canal?
Yeah,
And I
that's a
think it-
separate project. Do they do that?
Simply
Earl?
because in the past, that's what I was told was done.
I've never heard of that being done there in the
Dredging?
20 years. But I think that would be a homeowner
Yeah,
association project or,
Yeah.
the
All right, well,
homeowners
that was
actually
all. I
own the
just
canal.
wanted to get it clarified. Thank you so much.
good
Did you
question.
know that?
Thank you. Jim wanted to say something.
But they do spray the weeds, even though there's no water.
Yes.
Okay. Anyone else wishing on the special assessment district to address the board?
Okay.
Seeing none, I'd entertain a motion.
So moved to close the public hearing.
Then moved as a report.
Support.
Horn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Presentations, guest speakers, I don't have any. Public comment. on anything. Anybody wishes to have any public comment, please, same thing, go to the podium. Name and your address so we know kind of who you are. Seeing none, we'll move on to consent agenda. C1, financial reports.
My name's Steve. I'm from Bryson Lane. I was told that this was about a 58% tax increase. Is that correct? On water usage?
Rate increase, you mean?
Rate increases? Yeah.
That's what the original proposal was.
Right. I just don't understand why we would do that. I don't think anybody here in this room really wants a 58% tax rate. I looked at what your explanation was. There wasn't really an explanation on what it's for. Down my road, they did do some new pipes and stuff, but I'm pretty sure that was paid for with federal money. And
Not true.
I'm not sure exactly why we're raising taxes, and I believe that if it's not in the budget or you can't find the money to do it, then we shouldn't be doing that. And I think everybody would agree that 58% on water is too much, along with other taxes that are coming down the road, I'm sure. So that's really all I have to say is I don't think anybody agrees with this, and I don't think you should do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please step to the podium.
Robin Henning on Laverly Lane. So can you explain what needs to be repaired? Obviously, there's infrastructure that needs to be replaced or repaired after, what needs to be repaired that justifies that huge tax?
Well, we covered that in various work sessions and the previous public hearing. There's $9.5 million was spent by the previous board that okayed that for a water main that was almost 100 years old, and some other areas that were in pretty bad shape. And there was some sewer work done as well on Point Drive that during the high water, we got a lot of infiltration, which just overflowed our sewer plant and made all kinds of messes. So we tried to get rid of that. That's called I&I, but it's an infiltration water, heavy rain events, and stuff like that. So we've been working on that, and there was some work done with that too. And the total was a $9.5 million bond. That was not federal money, state money. It was township money. That was, I don't know what the plan was to pay for it, but this is the only plan that can pay for it. So we have two bond payments that actually started this year. It's almost $500,000 for those bond payments per year. So that's what work was done for, and that's the cost of that work, and it's for 30 years.
So it's for work that has already been done?
Work is already done.
Are there more than one community paying for this, like 4 other
This
communities?
is all East China.
It's all East China. Does anyone else, like, where's the water treatment plant that East China gets their water from?
Where's the plant?
Yes,
Right down the street.
down the street. Do any other communities share that distribution of water?
China Township has about 11% of that capacity that they use and pay for. They pay for 11% of the Sewer and Water Authority's budget for operation every year for that. And they maintain their own lines in their own township.
But other communities use that plant, or just?
No, just us and in China
us.
Township. That's why it's an authority between the two townships.
So how long ago was this work done? And it's just now?
The
going
last
to-
2-3 years, all the construction was the infrastructure that went in, sewer and water, both.
I'm just wondering why a gradual increase didn't happen instead of a really huge
Right.
lump in a year like this. So I'm just wondering why it isn't ramped up instead of just a huge increase.
Yeah, it's It's an unfortunate situation that many communities are going to be facing now. Marine City's doing $18 million worth of work. They do qualify for some forgiveness, but not all. But we have infrastructure that's failing. We're trying to set up a fund that can take care of some of that stuff, but nothing to this magnitude, we hope we see coming down. And we have some other issues too in the funding. We've lost 20 million gallons of flow, water and sewer, and that equates to almost $300,000 in revenue in 2025's rates before this.
You
increase.
lost it where?
So people are using less water. Some of the plants are using less water. There's also another issue that's on the sewer side that DTE pays a subsidy for the additional capacity if needed for the sewer plant, and that's going away next year, more than likely. And that is in this succession planning to take care of that. That's not a surprise. It's coming in 2 years when that goes away. We've already planned for that in this. So that's $232,000 we're losing on the sewer side. That's over $1 million right there that the water and sewer fund doesn't have, be a lost revenues, fees, or bond and debt retirement costs. So you have over $1 million right there. We have been putting in $335,000 of general fund money up to this point right now to help offset some of those rates. So that's another issue that we need to get away from, but we're not right now, obviously. And we've got a plan that we think we came up with at the last meeting. We ran the numbers of how we're going to ease that cost. We want to try and keep it, between 15 and 20% increase for this year, and not take it all in one big bite. So that's kind of what the research has done and what we planned on, what we talked about at the last meeting, and we'll be presenting that when the time comes.
Well, this is a personal thing. Don't hire those people that put the lines in. Don't hire them anymore, the new water line. Don't.
I can't hear her, I'm sorry.
She's saying the company that we used before to not use them again because they did a horrible job. I think that's what you're saying.
Don't use
Yeah.
them.
Put the water lines in.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else has complained, but,
A lot
I
of
might
people.
be the outlier.
No, there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
I'm not.
that would be a
That's
whole nother night,
baloney.
but
Leaving big holes on your property and,
They didn't put stuff
no.
back the right way. Stuff. Yeah.
yeah,
Thank
we-
you.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you. Yep, thank you. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to consent agenda. C1 is the financial reports, 2 is departmental reports, 3 is the St. Clair Area Fire Run Report of October 2025. C4 is Marine City's Run Report 2025 of October. C5, St. Clair River Sewer Water Authority Meeting Minutes, August 2025. C6, Historical Meeting Minutes, October 2025. And C7, Planning Commission Meeting Minutes, September of 2025. Any comments, questions? I would entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda items as presented.
I'll support.
Ms. Horn? It's been motioned and seconded. Is it, any other comments or questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Disbursements, Ms. Horn?
Payroll, $48,869.98. Accounts payable, $92,158.87. EFT, $22,559.25. E-checks, $302.30. Tax account, $7,109.57. Invoices, $226,989.87, for a total of $397,989.84. And I make a motion to approve as presented.
Support.
Been moved and supported to accept the disbursements as read. Any comments or questions? If not, clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call, Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Beba?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yeah.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Old business one is the water and sewer rates. After the last meeting, we talked about easing that burden. We have the water side. This is what we came up with the calculations that we talked about. $38 for the ready to serve. Is that correct? Yeah. And the rate will be $10 for water. The percent increase will be 16.5% on the ready to serve and 14.81 on the water gallonage. All right. And the sewer side, ready to serve, $43.68. It's a 16.71 increase as well. And the rate for the sewer side is $10.15. That's a 14.95% increase. So about a 15% increase on the average overall.
On top of what happened in October.
I'm sorry, what's that?
On top of what happened in October, correct? The increase that already happened.
October 1st rates?
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like yes, because it says current rate starting October 2025 there.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the new ones are January 1st
January 1st, right.
effective.
And that equates to about a $600,000 offset coming from our capital improvement fund, okay? And we'll cover that in the capital improvement fund review, but what the plan is and where we're gonna take that from, the various accounts and whatnot, but once I get Dwayne back tomorrow, we're gonna show up exactly what, because I got some discrepancies on what I show, what they show, but we'll definitely make sure we nail this down and we'll talk about where it's gonna come from. We won't have the final tally at the next meeting, but that's our plan. So, that still puts in, I mean, the original 335, like the hydrant rentals and all that stuff's still in there too, 150 each side, so it's over $1 million coming from the general fund to subsidy water and sewer rates. So,
Without decreasing any expenditures. Right.
yeah, there's no township manager or DPS wages factored into the 2026 water rates plan. So that's been removed because we've talked about, we're not replacing, obviously, township manager, and we've talked about not replacing the director. So
Do we still have wages of people in the office that are in that?
there's some small wages from people in the office that work on the books. That is in there. But the director and the manager is out of the water rates. The manager's out of the general budget. The director is not. He was in there when we approved the budget last meeting, but that money is obviously going to be a fund balance item that we can decide what we want to do with once we get exactly how much that'll be. So that's a reduction in cost there. And anything else other than that, you got to go to the sewer and water authority because they pass that cost right on through to us. So that's the plan on that.
You want a motion? Are you ready for a motion, or is there
I
discussion?
would entertain a motion if that's what someone's ready for. Just more discussion, whatever you
I'll make
think.
a motion, we adopt the rates as presented. $38.14 for water, $10 per thousand. Sewer is $43.68. Ready to serve, $10.15 per thousand.
Okay, there's a motion. Is there support to that?
I support.
Okay. Moved and supported. Additional comments, questions? Mr. Richley?
I will not be supporting this proposed increase in water and sewer rates. Over the past several weeks, I've spoken with many residents, especially those on fixed incomes, who are struggling with these rates we currently charge. I cannot in good conscience vote to raise these costs even higher. I have offered several solutions to help address the financial issues facing our water and sewer system, but those suggestions have been ignored. Many officials sitting here often say they aren't here for the money. If that's true, then prove it. Start by eliminating the pension program for elected officials, all of us sitting here. It benefit our staff, the people who actually perform the daily work, don't even receive. No other community offers a pension for elected officials who attend 2 meetings a month. Why do you all feel that you deserve it when you did absolutely nothing to earn it? It's also important to note that this increase comes on top of the hike passed in October. East China Township already has the highest taxes and water and sewer rates in the entire area. Since last week, to my knowledge, no additional research has been done on where we can reduce spending. That is unacceptable. We have a responsibility to show fiscal discipline, and right now we're failing at that job. I warned this board over a year ago about the consequences of certain decisions, specifically when a majority voted to hire additional executive staff to perform work that elected officials and the township manager were already responsible for. At some point, something has to give. We need to listen to the people of this community, many of whom are on fixed incomes. We cannot continue to raise costs and taxing people out of existence. I know the majority of this board will vote for this increase without thoroughly examining the expenditure side of the budget, but to the residents we serve, I want to remind you of something that I wrote in a letter and postcard over a year ago. And I said this. I predicted this, but on June 17th, this was a year ago, our board failed in safeguarding tax dollars, which is our only job as trustees. I'll be posting more about this soon, and when your water bills go up and taxes, do not yell at me. Yell at the supervisor, clerk, and 2 trustees who voted for this mess. Just remember, I did not vote for this or support the wasteful spending that led to these issues. Direct your ire at the very people that not only support the increases, but financially benefit from sitting in here and continue to support unnecessary hires and defend decisions that led us here. If we spent half as much time focusing on saving money for taxpayers as we do on pay raises and pensions for ourselves, we would not be in this mess. My vote tonight is for the people of East China Township, especially those struggling to keep up, and I will not support this rate increase. That's all I've got.
Any other comment?
Okay,
We need to do roll call.
yep, well, comments, clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call. Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
No.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Bebuk?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yes.
Trustee Richley?
No.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes.
We have a question here. We missed it. We couldn't hear it. What's the new water unit rate?
$10.
$10 even?
$10 per 1,000 gallons.
10. And what's the sewer?
$10.15 per 1,000.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, we need to have a small, short closed session if we can.
I have a question. Well, Mr. Richley, I'm Deborah Biskiner.
The public comment period is over, unfortunately, I'm sorry.
This man was speaking, you were on your phone, you were rolling your eyes, and nobody else was even looking up at the audience.
Actually, I was on my phone looking at the tax rates for all the other municipalities and
That's
townships in
rude.
this
It's
county,
rude.
and they are not lower
It's
than ours.
rude.
So, I
This
don't know.
man was
Townships, we are
speaking,
the
trying
highest.
to
That's a
say
fact.
what we feel.
Yeah.
We can't afford the water now, that's why the water's gone down. And now you want to raise it again.
It's not a want. We're forced to pay back the
Because
debt.
you're not doing a budget the way it should be done. There's no reason you should be pushing this extra money on us when there's other things you can cut or other things you can do.
Correct.
There's people that want to retire. I can't retire.
We're all in the same boat. We're all paying the water bill
No, because
and
you're
sewer.
getting paid for being up there.
Well, it's a
and you're
job like
getting a
any other
pension.
job.
You're getting a pension. I'm not getting a pension.
Getting
Well,
$150
He calls it
a
a
month.
pension, but
I don't care what it is.
it's not a pension.
It is a pension.
Yeah. But you were just so rude when he was speaking.
You know what? Because we hear the same thing over and
maybe
over.
you should start listening
Well,
to him because he's saying
Public
what
comment
we
is
want.
over with.
He's-
You had your chance to speak.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Please take
We've
your
heard the
seat.
same
Got ya.
thing.
Thank you.
We know what he's saying.
We've had multiple work sessions on this. I'd entertain a motion for closed session if there's one there.
So move.
Is there support?
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
We'll go in the other room over here. I gotta take them off the cleaner, they're on the back of the truck over there.
Don't want you to fall. These chairs are dangerous.
I know, I hit it with my foot.
Thank you.
What's that? Lily, you good? I'd entertain a motion to, is it close?
Go back into open
Go back
session.
into session.
Oh, so moved.
Support?
Support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Old business two. I think we discussed this earlier too. We're gonna go ahead and postpone this again indefinitely. We are not taking it off. We're gonna go ahead and postpone this. We need to do some more research on this, and there's some other factors involved into it. So I make a motion, we indefinitely postpone OB2. Is there support to that?
I'll support.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. New business, Resolution 13, 2025. Sandy?
We have Resolution 13-2025, canals between M29 and St. Clair River, aquatic treatment of the canal special assessment role. Whereas the Township Board of the Charter Township of East China, County of St. Clair, Michigan, after due and legal notice, has reviewed a special assessment role prepared for the purpose of aquatic cleaning of the canals containing the following parcels. Whereas the Township Board deems said special assessment role to be fair and equitable as reported to it by the supervisor. Now therefore be it resolved that said special assessment role shall be designated canals between M29 and St. Clair River, East China Charter Township special assessment role in the district against which it is spread shall be designated special assessment district, canals between M29 and St. Clair River. Said special assessment role being canals between M29 and St. Clair River, total cost to be $65,000 to be spread over a 5-year period, cost of $4.82 per foot, yearly cost of approximately 96 cents per front foot of canal frontage. This dollar amount will be placed on the December tax bill without interest. The assessments levied in said special assessment roll are hereby ordered to be collected, and the township clerk shall deliver said special assessment roll to the township treasurer with her warrant attached, commanding the treasurer to collect the assessment therein in accordance with the directions of the township board with respect thereto, and the treasurer is directed to collect the amount assessed as the same become due. I move for adoption.
I support.
Moved and supported. Any comments or questions?
I have a question. Can we get a copy of, or can I get a copy of like the past agreement that we had with them? I'd just like to see
A copy of the what? Alan?
the agreement that we had with the
previous?
guys before. Yeah. I'll email about it so I remind you.
Okay.
But the chemicals, we were told we were going to get a copy, or we're going to wait till they start doing it?
Actually, I did get a copy of that,
Oh,
and I would like us to post that.
yeah.
Maybe, and I asked them to create a special spot on the website for all the information about that, with the cost, the chemicals that are used, when they're going to be coming to treat it. So what I'm thinking, in a perfect world, they'll give us the notice of when they're coming. We'll post it on our website. And we also have a new notification system. It's called e-Notify. Residents can sign up for, and anytime we post a special notice, they would be emailed, notified that, and then they could go and check and see what's happening. So that's,
Twice a year?
it is twice a year.
And then the other thing, nothing has changed, correct, from the last public hearing, like the parcels are the same exact?
Yeah.
Exact,
Okay,
yes.
that's all I got.
Okay. Any other comment? We have
Clerk, please call the roll.
roll call. Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Bebop?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yeah.
Trustee Richley?
No.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. The business too is the sewer project lining, and we had change order here. We got some additional work to be done. If you look on the second page, the front page doesn't have it, but there is an additional 310 feet of 15-inch sewer being done. That's why the dollar amount is what it is. So, because that moving from 10 to 12 didn't seem like a big deal, and 3 foot 8 of liner, but when you add 310 feet of new liner in, it is. So, it's also for an additional 310 feet of 15-inch liner. So the contract amount will be increased by $25,606.40, and we do have that in our budget.
This work that's already been done?
Pardon me?
Work that's already been done? Or we're about to?
Provide the price of the work that already approved, bring complete the project, so this work will change it. No, I don't think it's been done.
In order to complete this CIPP project?
Yeah, we need to finish it. Some of it came off of DVM when they were out there. You see the 17,730? They took that off of their contract. So they added it back in.
This additional, is it from the contingency? Is that what we're taking?
In the budget line item, we had more money than they bid. They had like 130,000.
Okay.
They were under by a bunch. So, yeah, we're still under budget. Yeah, and I think they're ready to complete too. They'll be done when they're done with this. No, I met with them out there to, again, there was a couple of circumstances with DVM that we had to deal with, but it's done. So, I make a motion to approve the $25,606.40 change order to Paymar to complete that project. Get it done before the snow flies, hopefully.
Support.
Any comments or questions?
Vern, did you say that, that it had come under budget anyway, so this 25,000's not going
It's
to
still-
affect
It's still under
the
budget.
budget? Okay,
Still under budget.
all right.
No. Any other comments or questions? Clerk, please call the roll.
Roll call. Roll call. Clerk Smith, yes. Treasurer Horn?
Yes.
Trustee Babel?
Yes.
Trustee Bebop?
Yes.
Trustee Klein?
Yeah.
Trustee Richley?
Yes.
Supervisor Westrick?
Yes. Thank you. All right, capital improvement fund review. Everybody get that sheet that I sent yesterday?
The 2-page thing?
Yeah.
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 No. Did you email it?
You can get it?
I looked for it and I didn't get it.
Here, you can share mine. This all started with this, just so you know. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that before. Alan, you seen this before?
Many years ago, yeah.
Yep. Where's the round file? Anyway, before Cindy left, I sat with her and went through all of those. And this is what I had come up with the list. And Dwayne and Corinne went through it all. Came up with, yes, it was budgeted then, no, it wasn't, everything else. They got some discrepancies that they didn't explain in theirs that I don't have in my notes. But based on that, our capital improvement fund, now there is reserved and unreserved in here, if you will look. And I want to break those all out once I find out the total project cost on some of these. Like the miscellaneous improvements, you know, at 430, we expended 107, let's say. Is there anything left in that? And I don't know exactly what she's categorizing that as, because the accountant has changed a whole bunch of stuff and changed the DPW around. Like the DPW equipment shouldn't even be here. That should get moved to the DPW. So we're gonna adjust that. But my proposal is we need 600 grand for the water and sewer. Like the generator account was budgeted at 100, it was at 87. We have 12,000 left there. The project's done. We need to just close that out, okay? So we're gonna take the 12 there, and any of these other ones here, I think the bike path repairs is duplicated. I don't think we have that much money. There's other ones in here that probably are ready to be closed out. We'll take those first. And then after that, we'll take the 375 township buildings, the Hall Edition. I don't think that that's something that's gonna happen anytime soon, if ever, at least on our watch. And then we will probably take, you know, we could take some from the DPW fund. You know, they still like to do their DPW. We can reduce that amount because it doesn't need to be, you know, 689. But we have prior to 2015, $627,000 that, as far as we know, is unrestricted. Okay, so once I get an exact, yes it is, we will make those adjustments. But I'm telling you right now, it'll be the ones that are closed out and not gonna happen again. We'll take the hall because I don't think that's gonna happen. We don't need the offices for that, you know? And then, in the other spots, some of this will get moved out. It should go into the water and sewer fund really, or the DPW fund. So that's what's gonna happen. And this is what we have 2026 proposed, and I wanted to double check that back to the number, but I believe that's what we have. Just so you know what we have this year. This is the capital stuff, as far as I know, and I didn't get a chance to talk to Dwayne about putting this together, so.
So the question I have, so that kind of makes a little bit more sense than when you emailed that, because that kind of made me a little concerned. A CIP goes for like 20 years at least.
Right.
Do we have that?
That's what I'm gonna go ahead and do now. This is reserved for this each year.
But that's for 20.
These are the balances in these accounts. There is separate capital funds. We'll see on that one sheet that I printed that Dwayne did. That has those accruing balances and what's saved. You know, there's like 800,000 in one, 300 water and sewer, you know. So when he gets back, I'll nail that down too. And you'll have separate sheets for that though, because it doesn't need to be on this. You know, if it's separate, it's easier to read. You know?
Yeah, I agree, but I think also, like,
There'd be a total sheet, of course, but.
right, like, I know, Kimball Township has like a comprehensive one where it goes through from parking lots to roofs to every single little thing in the township.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have that?
We do, but it's not complete. We had nothing when.
We're right.
So.
Yeah.
It's, the biggest thing is finding out when it was milled, because that's important, you know, and how much. Like, for instance, every year, the annual commitment just enlarged, you know, X amount. It's been 200,000 since I've been here, just a capital improvement, not designated for anything necessarily.
We just transfer it there and then.
That was started in 2021, 22, 23, 24, and 25.
I think it was before that, but the way that they did the accounting, we switched the way that they did it. I think they were doing it even before that.
Yeah, they were. I got 19, well, nothing, but 20 was 72. 2018 was 60. Before that, the membranes for the water plant stole everything from the capital improvement fund. So that action's been done. So anything before that point where we took it to zero is our starting point, because they took it off for that. That and the settlement with DTE on the taxes.
Do we include the park master plan, like their Parks and Rec plan? Do we?
Parks is in here, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see some stuff on here in Parks, and I don't know how he categorized it, but.
Can we get something where it shows out from like
Yeah,
we're
what
looking
I
at
want is
2026?
Kiddyscape. Like, we've got, started this much, we're adding this much this year. This is our total that we have so far, you know? And we can look out and say, well, in 2028, we'll have enough to do that. And we have that for actually water mains and everything else, too.
But can we get?
And we're doing it with the plants, the water and sewer plant, the GIS thing.
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing.
When will we see it?
You're gonna click on a valve and see that, hey, this valve is due to be replaced in 2035. And we're gonna budget for that, and he put that into the water and sewer rates, so he'll have that for us
Jim just
tomorrow.
asked a good question.
Yeah.
When will we see that finished? The plan?
Well, I'll know exactly where we're gonna take it from, what I know is unrestricted, that we can take it from at the next meeting, the comprehensive plan, before Dwayne leaves, I hope.
How many years out? Like 10, 20?
Depends on the asset. We have,
Depends on what?
we have,
Yes.
yes,
Oh.
we have some water mains that are going out a long ways,
They're right.
you know, and some stuff at the water and sewer plants. That stuff is
Okay, so
30-year items, you know, due to be replaced in 2040.
that's in December, right? We should
So
see how all that-
before, we couldn't get it from the authority. There was a person that served on the asset committee meeting that we have every month that wouldn't be forthcoming. His answer was, well, we just pay for that when it comes up. So,
That's why we're in this boat.
so it's not a good way of doing your asset planning. So, but the plant manager's been working diligently and helping us a ton by coming up with those things that have to be replaced. You know, in here you'll see some stuff, you know.
So Dwayne's done in December. Is that when we're gonna see the finished plan? Before
Well, we're gonna see it as finished as we get it. I mean, you can't dig into them all. Like 2053 is the rehab of the lift stations again, that we just did, you know, because they're only good for 30 years, you know?
It's a
So,
product,
but we
right?
got,
Right.
but we gotta talk about it, you know? 'cause
Right.
It's
That's
living
not in our future, but somebody's, not mine anyway.
It's always changing.
But you have to do that. Water main replacement, there's another 1945 one. You know, it's been there since 1945. There's a whole bunch of strainer and traveling screen. You know, VFD and high service pumps. So it's down to that much detail. But getting the accurate numbers and the payback plan, we have to work on that yet.
We need to see it all.
So, but we'll have an accurate number, at least on this, and what we can close out and what we're gonna have in these types of accounts. And then the capital improvement plan going forward by putting X amount of dollars a year away in the water and sewer funds.
Is that gonna require a budget amendment?
This,
Yeah, well, when we close out the accounts and all that stuff, or no?
this probably will. It'll take an amendment by the board to close that account and apply it to the rates. Because we have to take the money from 496 and apply it to the rates,
Transfer.
so we have to have that resolution. But it'll have the details of how much from each one and put it into it. So. But,
It's something that should have been done 7 years ago, or 8 years ago, but I'm glad that it's finally getting done.
it's not as easy as you think either, it really isn't. Like I said, this is from last year and I've been working on it, and Dwayne took it over and just, I don't know where you find some types of information other than pouring over 10, 12, 15 years of records. That's very time consuming, so. But anyway, that's the review. We'll keep updating each meeting, you know, at least the next meeting I'll have where we've taken the money from, so.
To get that money for the 58% real quick, maybe instead of maybe like over 5 years, maybe like, the pipeline longevity is like 50 years, maybe we can do like, spread it out over 30 instead of having, you know, pay $600,000 or $1 million over 5 years.
Yeah, we just discussed that, you weren't listening. Okay,
To reduce the.
new business for historical commission appointment. It's on the back of the MP3, you guys, in case, flip it over. No, it's not. Constance Voigt, is it Voigt?
Voight.
Wishes to serve on the historical commission for a 3-year term beginning 11/17/2025 to 2028. Sounds great. Anybody that wants to volunteer, I love it.
I support that.
Who made the motion?
I'll make a motion and Deb will support that. Is there any other comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Comments, Alan?
I have a couple. Could we get a copy of the Director of Public Services resignation letter?
His what?
His resignation letter that he submitted to the board?
Yeah.
Can we get a copy of that?
Yeah, I had him sign it actually when he did it. She put it in a minute.
Okay. And then, I would like us to look at a new policy for the attorney to listen to both sides of a situation before offering an opinion, in the future.
For what?
Well, whether it's a complaint that's filed or whether it's whatever the case is, I think they need to listen to both sides of a situation before commenting.
Yeah, the only place we have two sides is in a complaint situation.
Right. That's,
Yeah, we do.
what I'm talking about is the situation between myself and the township manager. He
I
didn't-
tried to call you numerous times to get you to come in and talk to him.
you never claimed that that's why you were calling, so I never called back, but yeah.
It didn't come back, I think.
Well, the attorney should have done that. I mean, that's not doing their job. But
Actually, that meeting was gonna be between myself and the complainant and you. That's kind of how it's written to be
Yeah.
done. But I was
That's how it
gonna
should
have
be
our
done.
attorney there with him.
Yeah.
Yes, but, because I didn't do any of that, I let him respond to it all.
Yeah.
So,
That's the way it should be done, though, but in the future. I think there should be a policy to respond to the public. I've had a lot of residents, like, as of recently, because I've been posting on social media a lot, but a lot of people have gotten a hold of me. That people have tried to get a hold of the building official or code enforcer or other elected officials, and that have not got, or, excuse me, they didn't get responses. And so, like, in a timely manner, I think we should make, like, 2 business days should be like the max that we should be getting back to people. We should have our people responsive to the public. And so I think
as far as I know,
something-
they are, and if they're not, I usually get the phone call and have to call.
Yeah, and that, but I just think that that's something we need to work on a policy where people need to be responsive, whether it's by email or phone call, whatever, but it's just
Yeah.
professional. but-
We actually do it by email to follow up.
Yeah.
Because
Paper
when I
trail.
ask them if they did it, what they say is what I want to know. I get an email back from, all right, what was the meeting about and how did it go? So I'm informed, because when someone asks me here about it, I can say, yeah, I saw that, you know.
Right, yeah. But I
Just
just,
the gentleman last time here about his water bill, I did reach out to him a couple times. I got the information from our billing clerk and the DPW and a whole lot of, there's a lot of stuff that was left out.
I mean, I can see if it's like 1 or 2 people, but I've had probably like 10 tell me that. And then also, I had my own experience with that, so I mean, I know that it's, sometimes people are hard to get a hold of, and that just needs to stop. But then, I would like to see us, and I know I've brought this up before, but posting our agenda packets in full online. I was told we were gonna work on that. I'd like to see that happen.
They are.
No, just the agenda page, the one
Every
page.
document he wants scanned in and put on the web.
It doesn't have to be scanned, there's PDFs. They're,
We were doing that.
No, we don't put every document on the agenda on the website. If they're all listed on the agenda, if someone wants to come and talk about it, then it's at the meeting. That's why we have the
Then we
meeting.
discuss that with our.
Twice a month.
many other communities do it, that's why I was suggesting it, but
I'd be curious who actually does.
I think all these people probably would have if they,
That's a lot,
I'll
a
look into that
lot
and see
of
what that policy is.
extra.
anyway, then, the elected official pension, I would like for us to talk about that at the next meeting, as a discussion item. Eliminating that, it's in our ordinances, I would like for us to talk about potentially eliminating that from the ordinances. And I put a couple different, I mean, they're not scientific in any sort of way, but I put a couple polls up on Facebook and Nextdoor, the app, and it was 96% were against, so.
Against what?
Against elected officials having pensions. And then the healthcare payments to the clerk. I wanted to know if this is a conflict of interest, like from having, because it was like a previous position, I wanted to know if we could talk to the attorney about if that's a conflict of interest, whether.
What's a conflict of interest?
Getting the healthcare payments from when you used to be the office
was
manager.
an
That's
employee at
because
that
I'm a
time.
retiree of the township. It was a retiree
Correct.
benefit.
No, correct, I know that, but I'm
It's
wondering if
nothing
that's
to do with me being the clerk.
but I'm wondering if that's a conflict.
No,
of
there's
interest.
nothing saying that you can't be a former employee to be on this board.
And getting paid? I don't
Well,
know.
if they're retired, they would all have their retirement benefits at that time.
Okay, I would like us to clarify that. Because I've had a couple people talk about that. I don't know if that's, has that ever been talked about?
I will spend
with
some
the
attorney money for that,
What's
absolutely.
that?
I'll spend some of our attorney's money for that, to look into
Is
it.
it, well, maybe we could get a hold of the MTA. I mean,
MTA is not official, I don't
Well,
take
no, I
any
know,
information from
but
them. An
I-
attorney is exactly the law, and that's
They
what we'll
have-
go to.
they
If you
have
want an
an-
answer, it'll come
they
from the
have-
attorney.
They have an attorney on staff, Catherine Mulhopt, and she would probably say whether or not it would be wise to.
And you haven't
attend.
reached out to them already?
No.
Why not? You could have done it.
I'll give them a call.
By all means.
All right. And then, I guess happy Thanksgiving. That's all I got.
Mr. Klein?
I'm all set.
Andy?
Good.
I'm good. Happy
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
I don't have a whole lot. I have, some people did ask me some questions today about actually healthcare. We don't have any part-time employees on healthcare. We hasn't as of December of 2024. There's no part-time employees on healthcare. Everyone who's on the union healthcare is a union employee with the exception of Dwayne, and that'll be gone in December. So that's it. There is no part-time park employee or anybody else that's on health insurance, just to clarify. At the last meeting, and quite honestly, I've been stewing on this for a week, that you said I don't do my job, and I have 2 meetings a month. And it pisses me off that I had to take 2 to 3 hours of my time this week to go through my calendars to come up and take a look at the meetings I've done. And that's close to 200 meetings this year so far that I've had. Whether it's in this office with the board, staff meetings, utility meetings, interdepartmental meetings, you name it. Going down to the plants all the time, talking with DPW, you know, that it's fire authority meetings, it's county meetings, it's road commission meetings. These are all mandatory meetings that I have to go to. You know, you got residents that want you to, I have a problem. I go out and look at it. I go talk to the resident. I want to see what you got. You know, I'll try to diffuse the situation because they're upset, number one. Try to find an answer. And that involves another meeting with a building official or with whoever. I get complaints about office. I get complaints about everybody. And I have to go and follow that up, okay? Meetings with engineers. We hired new engineers. We had to do interviews with all of them. We had part-time staff at the counter here that we had to interview for numerous times. And all those interviews I'm a part of. We hired an attorney. We had interviews with attorneys. You know, contractors, pre-construction meetings, got another one coming up next week for the road commission. That's part of our recorded sewer job. We have disputes in the field, what we're gonna do here, what we're gonna do there. I have to go out and take a look at that. That's a supervisor's job because he represents the owner. And the owner's one, the engineer is the engineer. But the owner has to be there to make the call. It's not gonna be, hey, we're gonna send them a change order. That doesn't happen. I have to make that call, and I've done it sometimes where we can't disrupt the work because we're gonna get charged for downtime to do that. So that's just what I had in my planners. So I have just a few more than 2 a month. And I just want you to know that. And I don't get $65 a meeting for any of those. I'm entitled for $65 a meeting for the fire authorities, and I haven't submitted that at all this year. So with those 200 meetings at $65, I've earned $13,000 of my salary already. But I don't take it. I don't do it for the money. And that is a statement, in fact. So that's all I have for that. Anybody, anything else for the next meeting?
The part-time part about the healthcare, what do we consider part-time?
I believe 30 hours or
Less.
more.
Or,
That qualifies for healthcare.
well, right. But I mean, part-time employee would be considered less than 30 hours.
Could be, but they're not eligible for healthcare.
Okay,
And that falls into that category now.
okay,
That employee works less than 30 hours per week annually, average.
okay,
And that stopped in December of last year.
okay.
Okay? And I bugged you to be on the water sewer committee, rate committee too, and you did finally say yes, but you never showed up. And you didn't call me, and
Well-
I texted you and asked you if you're gonna be there, and you didn't respond, but I wanted you to be a part of the process of solving the problem, not just a hypocrite, not just, you know, criticizing. Please be a part of the solution.
I'm the only person sitting here, to my knowledge, that doesn't take the pension, so I'm not a hypocrite. But because I'm trying to campaign against that, and I don't take it. I never have. So, but the thing that I think, some people sitting here are here to collect a paycheck. I'm not necessarily saying you, but some people sitting here are sitting here to just collect a paycheck, and some
I
people
don't know how you
said,
can speak for the rest of us.
well, I
Because
can
you
speak
do
for
not
one, I
know.
can speak for one specific person that said that they wouldn't come back unless they were paid more, and that was the clerk, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. I mean,
Because her
but the point,
job has expanded.
anyway, I don't agree, but I think that there's a lot of things that happen here where people, and this is why a lot of people that are workers here who actually do the work, they're like, why aren't we getting paid when there's some people getting paid for collecting a salary that aren't doing anything? And I get that argument. I mean, that's
You know
valid.
what? There's a lot more that goes on in this office on a day-to-day basis than what's in the red book. Statutory duties.
Well, it's,
I just wanted to clarify that I'd have more than 2 meetings a month, okay?
I get it, but I think that the.
You actually said in 2 different meetings, I believe on the cable TV, that you thought the only one that deserved a raise was me. Do you remember saying that? About a year and a half ago?
Well, at that time, but we have.
The only thing that's changed is the construction projects have died down.
We had a township manager, and we had a director of public services, and they're doing the jobs of
See?
elected officials, so.
Not so much the one, but Dwayne has helped a ton, yeah, you know, but gone again.
It's easy to criticize when you don't really know the actuality of what is happening here every day.
Yeah, I don't
And what we do.
I don't submit for any mileage to any of these meetings or anything else, I don't take anything
I'm not here
extra.
every day, but I've asked a million times what it is that you guys do, and I don't.
We don't
give
owe
an
you an
answer.
explanation, I don't owe you an explanation, I'm the supervisor of the township doing the supervisor's duties. I don't need to detail to you what I do every day.
You owe it to the board what you guys do.
If you can't see what I'm doing, you're not looking hard enough.
Okay, we don't need
people-
to get,
Simple.
There needs to be
That's not the
accountability
point.
is what my point is.
Who do you
but
think's doing all of this? Anyway, no other comments? If not, I entertain a motion to
I'll make a
adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Is there support? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We're adjourned.